What you just saw is one of the most extreme road rage incidents ever caught on camera. On June 21, 2022, around 7 a.m. in Miami, a driver-facing dashcam captured 30-year-old Eric Popper, a civilian fire inspector, casually singing as he drove. Moments earlier, he had aggressively cut off another driver. When the tailgating car honked, Popper muttered, then reached into his Toyota Venza's center console. As the black Toyota Camry passed, Popper suddenly fired 11 shots at the vehicle. He later claimed he thought the driver was armed, but investigators found the Camry driver had only thrown a water bottle at Popper's car. Both drivers pulled over and called 911. Their cars were riddled with bullet holes, yet miraculously, no one was injured. Popper was charged with aggravated assault, but after 2 years of legal battles, the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office dismissed the case. Base jumping is an adrenaline-fueled sport, but when things go wrong, the consequences can be terrifying.
Ready, set, go!
This near-death experience took place in the Caucasus Mountains in Russia during a jump that nearly ended in disaster. From the footage, it appears the jumper experienced a hung slider, an issue that prevented his parachute from fully deploying. Although he managed to pull it down into place, the spin had already begun, making recovery nearly impossible. Unlike skydiving, base jumping doesn't allow for a reserve chute. The low altitude means there's simply no time to cut away a malfunctioning parachute and deploy another before impact. That also means there's little room to fix critical issues, like this, before it's too late. Despite the life-threatening situation, the jumper did an incredible job. He managed to open just enough of his chute to slow his descent, ultimately landing safely.
Все, приготовился, парень.
Man, except for it's coming right there too.
Oh no, it's not
Goodness.
coming from.
Holy crap.
What
We
is
are
that?
legit in the middle.
Oh, what's wrong?
Okay, we gotta get out of here.
What is that?
That is a tornado for sure.
So can we go to someone's house? Yeah, you're making it
Okay guys, get ready to run. Ready?
I'm not beating my ears.
Just run. Just run.
Lydia, don't run. Lydia, come on. Go, go.
On August 10, 2020, Brooke Porter took her kids on a quick errand run in Grimes, Iowa, unaware that a powerful 100-mile-per-hour derecho was about to strike. As she drove to pick up an item from Facebook Marketplace, the violent storm hit without warning, and her dashcam captured the chaos. In the footage, Porter fights to keep control of the car as winds rage around them. Her oldest child, sitting in the front seat, stays remarkably calm, offering directions like a co-pilot. Meanwhile, panic sets in for one of the younger kids in the back seat, who begins crying hysterically as debris flies past the windows. They made it to a local store just in time, sprinting inside for cover. Aside from a few minor scratches from flying debris, they escaped unharmed. This Midwest derecho went down as the most expensive thunderstorm in U.S. history, causing $7.5 billion in damage. Cities like Cedar Rapids and much of northeastern Iowa took the hardest hit. On February 7, 2025, the bustling street of Marqués de São Vicente became the scene of a disaster no one saw coming. At 7:15 a.m., a King Air F-90, identified as PSFEM, departed from Campo de Marte Airport bound for Porto Alegre. Moments after takeoff, the pilot reported engine trouble and requested an emergency return, but as the aircraft made a left turn, it rapidly lost altitude, descending rapidly before impact in São Paulo. CCTV cameras captured the horrifying moment the plane dove toward an intersection just as traffic cleared the roadway. Within seconds, it slammed into the ground, erupting into a massive fireball before careening down the street and crashing into a packed city bus. A towering plume of smoke rose above the wreckage, visible from miles away. Authorities later confirmed there were no survivors on board. On the ground, emergency responders treated multiple survivors for minor injuries. Emergency crews responded within minutes and extinguished the flames.
Johnny!
On January 28, 2025, near Kot Chuta, on the Indus Highway in Pakistan, a powerful explosion ripped through a roadside hotel. It all started with a gas leak from one of 4 parked LPG tankers. Moments later, another tanker exploded, sending flames racing toward a nearby petrol station, triggering the massive fireball you just witnessed. Emergency crews rushed in, with fire trucks, ambulances, and rescue units arriving from Rajanpur and Jampur. Police quickly evacuated workers and shut down both sides of the highway to prevent further casualties. Tragically, a 60-year-old man, Momin Khan, lost his life. 2 firefighters suffered injuries while battling the blaze and were taken to local hospitals. Authorities are now investigating the gas leak and chain reaction that led to this devastating explosion. A woman was taking a walk with her baby near Speedway and Galleon Streets in Los Angeles when CCTV captured a shocking moment. On August 6, 2021, a woman was pushing her 8-month-old baby in a stroller when a car suddenly sped straight toward her. With nowhere to run, she pressed against a wall, but it didn't matter. The vehicle struck her before fleeing the scene. Bystanders rushed to chase the driver, but he was already gone. His escape attempt was quickly thwarted when another car blocked his path, forcing him to crash into a pole. Seconds later, police arrived and took him into custody. Miraculously, both the woman and her baby survived without serious injuries. The driver, just 16 years old, was high on drugs at the time. Despite having a criminal record, he was sentenced to just 5 to 7 months in juvenile probation camp, a punishment many saw as shockingly lenient. But the story doesn't end there. On January 18, 2023, now 17, he was walking to his grandmother's house when a car pulled up beside him, and moments later, he was fatally wounded. This devastating explosion rocked the Shinkong Mitsukoshi department store in Taichung, Taiwan, on February 13, 2025. The blast erupted around midday on the 12th floor, where a food court was under construction. Footage captures the powerful explosion, sending debris and massive exterior panels flying through the air. A thunderous boom echoes across the city as stunned bystanders watch in horror. Moments later, rubble crashes onto the streets below, leaving pedestrians scrambling for safety. Firefighters arrived to find the entire floor reduced to ruins. Twisted metal hung from the ceiling, shattered glass littered the ground, and emergency crews had to navigate the destruction with flashlights. The explosion claimed 4 lives and injured 30 others. Among the victims were 2 employees overseeing renovations and 2 elderly visitors from Macau, struck by falling debris outside the store. Investigations uncovered multiple safety violations. Shinkong Mitsukoshi carried out renovations without permits, disregarding public safety and evacuation protocols. Inspectors also found critical occupational safety failures, with reported safety violations including fire alarm concerns. For the bonus video, we have a shocking incident from Layton, Utah, that resulted in over $100,000 in damages. Captured on CCTV, the footage shows an SUV stranded on a railway crossing as a front-runner train approaches. Moments earlier, another vehicle had pushed the SUV onto the tracks, leaving it stuck in a dangerous position. Realizing the danger, the driver frantically tried to reverse but couldn't move the car. As the train's horn blared and its emergency brakes engaged, the driver panicked and abandoned the vehicle just seconds before impact. The collision sent debris flying, but incredibly, no one was injured.